cease this excessive behavior as Meghan is still in the process of planning her transformation in Hollywood. Greetings everyone, we extend a warm welcome to you as we resume broadcasting on the Royal Family News Channel. According to reports, Meghan Markle's fascination with the glamour of Tinseltown continues to captivate her attention. According to a source interviewed by Us Weekly, despite their involvement with the Invictus Games, Harry and Meghan have not neglected Meghan's desire for a career resurgence in Hollywood. This insider reveals that Meghan has assembled a fresh team to strategize the most impactful mediums. The former actress, in her 40s, joined the renowned entertainment agency WME in April, fueling speculations of an imminent major comeback in Hollywood. According to the source, the ex-deal or no-deal model is interested in pursuing endeavors that focus on philanthropy and giving back. Reports suggest that she has been having discussions with documentary directors and fashion brands. All right, I understand. Her highly anticipated transformation into a Hollywood star has been in the works for nearly 3 years now. Just how much longer until it becomes a reality? For the past 6 months, WME has been unsuccessful in securing a deal for her. Meghan, unfortunately, you must let it go, I'm sorry to say. She simply needs to cease. She has become excessively fixated, and her actions are only causing her to appear ridiculous. It is highly unlikely that Meghan will ever achieve significant influence or success in the Hollywood industry. She needs to quit that. Her lack of talent is a hindrance to her progress. Upon their departure from the company, they transitioned into ordinary individuals. And they have no influence whatsoever. Regarding the new agency, it is likely that they will continue to cater to Meghan's desires in order to ensure a steady flow of revenue. I truly desire someone to candidly inform Meghan that she should abandon her aspirations. Perhaps she can transition to engaging in work that holds true significance. Meghan's lack of popularity among everyone makes it highly doubtful that she could achieve success in Hollywood, even if she possessed talent. I am curious, does she ever dedicate any time to those unseen children? She possesses a remarkably superficial and shallow character. From my perspective, it seems that Meghan's options in Hollywood are currently limited to appearing in late-night infomercials promoting skincare and haircare products. However, let's get back to the update provided by Us Weekly. Meghan's professional setbacks continue, as reports suggest she missed out on a lucrative 3-year, $20 million deal with Dior in July. Meghan and Harry's unsuccessful $20 million deal with Spotify continues to grab attention in recent media stories. In a recent statement, CEO executive Daniel Ek acknowledged that the audience had grown weary of the product offered by Harry and Meghan. Several months ago, there were concerns about the stability of the $100 million production deal Meghan and Harry signed with Netflix. However, it seems that, for the time being, the agreement has managed to endure. According to reports, Meghan and Harry have acquired the rights to produce the movie adaptation of Carly Fortune's highly successful book, Meet Me at the Lake. However, Meghan is not content with only securing one prominent production agreement. According to the source, Meghan and Harry's docu-series appears to be the most promising avenue for them to raise awareness and funds by shedding light on important matters. However, no concrete plans have been finalized so far. Wow, that's quite ironic. It appears that Meghan and Harry are deemed utterly useless in their abilities, according to their assessment. Because the responsibility of paying the bill always falls on someone other than them. The objective is to depict Meghan and Harry as a mirror image of William and Catherine. However, the fact remains that William and Catherine are extremely affluent. They possess vast sums of money in the billions. They utilize the funds in a constructive manner, leading to a beneficial outcome. Furthermore, I came across information suggesting that Meghan and Harry are intending to travel to New York with the objective of connecting with families, who have tragically lost their children due to issues stemming from social media platforms. Honestly, their actions just further intensify my dislike for them. It is evident that Meghan's image takes precedence in all aspects they are engaged in. Thus, these unfortunate children are being taken advantage of by Meghan for her return to the entertainment industry. I believe Meghan has experienced a significant turnover in PR teams, likely reaching the double digits by now. I wonder how many attempts she will make before realizing that Hollywood has no interest in her. It is undeniable that neither she nor any other team can salvage her tarnished reputation. Meghan is free to sign with anyone she pleases since nobody has any interest in her. Regrettably, regardless of which program Meghan appears on, it is likely to be unsuccessful due to the lack of interest in her from viewers. I am curious if Harry has pondered the idea of pursuing a career in acting. I can vividly imagine him attending acting classes and making appearances in films. Harry's years of misconduct have been widely tolerated by the public. When he developed feelings for the wicked demon named Meghan, we initially perceived it as acceptable. We believed it was acceptable when he mentioned their plans for engagement. We were under the impression that all was well. Upon their wedding, it came to our attention that Meghan's family members were notably absent. At that moment, we began to ponder whether there might be an issue at hand. From the very beginning, Meghan encountered plenty of individuals who were less than welcoming towards her. She was the person responsible for revealing their relationship in that Vanity Fair article. Perhaps the reason for her dissatisfaction was the lack of speed in progress. Due to its lack of publicity, she felt the need to take action to make it more widely known. Meghan surprised everyone by unexpectedly attending the wedding in Jamaica, where Harry was also present. Meghan was clearly furious upon realizing that he was engaged in conversation with someone else, which led her to stalk him. Clearly, she was feeling uninterested, thus she casually rested herself upon him as if she were persuading him about something. Afterwards, she displayed an astonishing lack of courtesy towards the unfortunate waiter. For the engagement photo, she donned an extravagant dress with an alluring peekaboo top, which carried a hefty price tag. Meghan displayed insincere behavior during the engagement interview. There is an extensive array of insincere actions displayed by Meghan. She manipulated Harry's thoughts and beliefs. She shared with him in detail the offensive language towards different races that occurred at Windsor. However, despite the circumstances, there were still individuals who were willing to offer Meghan a second opportunity. They speculated that she may simply be unfamiliar with the nuances of British English. However, during the Oprah incident, Meghan and Harry made highly negative remarks about Harry's family on that particular televised event. What about those children who go unnoticed and their special day commemorations? Seriously, let's discuss it. Their deplorable conduct towards the Queen was utterly repugnant. The lovely Queen was subject to her disrespectful behavior. However, the final straw for many of us was when she sarcastically curtsied in their mockumentary. She has completed her task. Unacceptable were the fits of rage and mishaps exhibited by Invictus as well. If there was even a slight possibility of Meghan being photographed, she never missed the opportunity. Oh, please, give it a rest with the whole act of wanting to take a picture with Kevin Costner, as if they were longtime buddies. In the photograph, Meghan Markle appears to have leprosy. I have no issue with their presence within the frame. They deserve to appear extremely unattractive. I am pleased to see that Kevin Costner shares the same perspective as the rest of us regarding their characteristics. I believe he shares the same dislike towards them. Okay everyone, let's stop doing that. Now, let's shift our focus to discussing a few of the remarks you shared on my video named Thomas Markle Pleads for an End to the Pleading of Unappreciative Meghan. As usual, you all provided some captivating viewpoints, so let's delve into a selection of them currently. Alright, let me begin with the initial feedback offered by Maureen Hill. Thomas Markle must come to terms with the fact that he is responsible for the creation of a terrible person. He generously spoiled and never denied her anything. Both he and her mother played a significant role in shaping Meghan's development, giving it a touch of sorrow. I strongly believe that he will never have the opportunity to reunite with his daughter. Thomas must accept that he will never have the opportunity to meet his alleged grandchildren. It is advisable for Thomas Markle to transition towards a future filled with tranquility and honor for the remainder of his years. Cease your attempts at obtaining the forgiveness of his daughter. She couldn't care less about his well-being or existence. She believes that her father's relevance has expired. This comment may be difficult for Thomas Markle to digest, but it is important for him to give it careful consideration. Maureen, you couldn't be more correct. He should let it go. He must come to terms with the reality that his daughter possesses malevolent qualities. Could it be blamed on him for her behavior? Most likely not. However, that is the current situation, and I share your perspective. He simply needs to prioritize leading a peaceful and dignified life from now on. I greatly appreciate your comment, Maureen. Additionally, there is a fascinating reaction from Sassy Cat that catches my attention. Thomas was the primary caregiver throughout her upbringing, but surprisingly, her mother emerges once she gains notoriety and wealth, and then proceeds to entirely exclude the father from their lives. I believe you're onto something, Sassy Cat. In my opinion, it is highly logical that Doria plays a role in Meghan's decision to cut off communication with her father. Frederick, we don't have any children named Harkle. True, the upcoming comment comes from Lee. I found it difficult to accept the lack of remorse following the deaths of both Prince Philip and subsequently, the Queen, for a considerable period of time. Suddenly, a recollection from my time in the psychiatric ward crossed my mind. Control. Markle assumed responsibility and exercised control over both individuals after their passing. What reason is there for her to experience regret? If she had the power to manipulate the Queen, it does not necessarily mean she can manipulate anyone else, correct? False. She had no authority over William and Catherine. Princess Anne deeply despises these heavily fortified battleships, which forced her to flee, resulting in her intense aversion towards them. Lee, I find your theory incredibly intriguing, and I believe you are likely correct. It is quite intriguing that you gained this knowledge while studying in a psychiatric facility, and it appears to be a logical perspective. That is precisely where Meghan should be, no doubt about it. In my opinion, it is fortunate for the entire world that individuals like William, Catherine, and Princess Anne possess remarkable strength. Kate London provides a unique take on Thomas Markle's situation. Kate expresses her apologies, but she shares a sentiment similar to Thomas Markle Sr. He should accept accountability for the parenting errors he committed in Meghan's upbringing. Indeed, he provided her with an abundance of material possessions and undoubtedly had deep affection for her. However, it cannot be denied that he excessively indulged her. She has a negative reputation globally and is highly unpopular. Instead of focusing on dance lessons or education, Meghan Markle required something more challenging. She required structure, limits, and repercussions for her behavior. She had to acquire the skills of dedication and self-reliance rather than depending on her father to fulfill her desires. She had to acquire etiquette and the ability to gauge the atmosphere of a room. Thomas made every effort to succeed. He found himself in a difficult predicament as Doria departed, leaving him as the sole caregiver. If he had made some effort towards discipline in the past, it would be beneficial for him now. I believe Thomas should acknowledge the errors he made in his relationship with her. A decision has been made, and there is no turning back. At this point, his only option is to cherish his grandchildren and come to terms with the fact that Meghan Markle will unlikely return to him with genuine intentions. Life does not resemble a Hallmark film. In life, things can often be messy, complicated, and lacking closure or resolution. The only option available to you is to move ahead. Acknowledge past events and learn from them to avoid repeating the same mistakes. Kate, as I've grown accustomed to, your comment was exceptionally well thought out and insightful. I find your perspective to be incredibly thought-provoking and accurate. Although I attempt to empathize with Thomas Markle, I do concur with your perspective. His initial troubles can be attributed to his style of parenting. We have also received some feedback. Kat DS has replied to us. While I acknowledge certain points you made, I believe that everything was going well with their father until their teenage years, around the age of 14 or 15. I believe every parent, myself included, has made errors at some point. Regardless of whether he indulged her excessively or lacked strictness, she possesses a clear sense of morality and the ability to inflict pain. These are the decisions she is opting for. During the GMB interview, he stated that he does not acknowledge the person she has become. As mentioned earlier, during his time as a sole caregiver, when that lady was still young. The dynamics within a family vary, especially when it comes to the relationship between a father and daughter compared to a father and son. At that moment, he acted in accordance with what he believed to be the correct course of action. He dedicated extensive time and effort to his work, and perhaps exhibited a tendency towards being overly gentle. However, that certainly does not excuse her actions and the ongoing harm she is causing to him at present. Lena then mentions she had to maneuver herself to the other side. I believe you are both correct in your perspectives. I am pleased with our ability to engage in a thoughtful and respectful conversation on this matter. Okay, everyone. We have reached the end of our allocated time. I would like to express my gratitude for the valuable feedback and comments received. If you enjoyed our video today, please feel free to give it a like and share it with others who might also enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe to the Princess Diana News channel for future updates. We greatly appreciate your viewership. Have a fantastic Friday, and I'll return to catch up with you in the upcoming videos.